What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a look at the die-cast Iron Man Mark V armor from Iron Man 2. This is also known as the suitcase armor because before Tony implemented the nanotech that he used in the Mark 50 suit, he kept this suitcase with him when he traveled that contained an emergency armor in it, and we saw him use it in the fight with Whiplash on the racetrack. So this is actually a re-release. Not much has changed from the original, but it's nice for newer collectors like myself who weren't collecting when it first came out. I knew that this release was coming, but I honestly didn't pay much attention to it until it dropped, and I pretty much saw all of the intricate detail in it. To me, Iron Man figures really represent what Hot Toys is all about because of the amazing engineering that goes into them. It's really impressive how they include all of the articulation while still allowing for a seamless look. Go ahead and hit that like button if you're enjoying the content on the channel. It really helps the channel grow and allows my videos to be recommended to a wider audience. If you aren't subscribed, please consider doing so. And without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Starting out with accessories, the Mark V comes with two fisted hands that are already on the figure, two hands with articulated fingers, and two repulsor blasting hands. We also get battle damage swap out pieces for the chest, the right shoulder, and the left arm. The left arm includes one fisted hand and another gripping hand that can be used to hold Whiplash's arc reactor. We saw Tony rip this piece off of Whiplash in the movie, and I thought it was pretty cool that they gave us this. The battle damage pieces are really easy to swap out with the exception of the right shoulder pad. There's a tiny little plastic articulating joint that you have to work with that makes it extremely difficult to get the battle damage piece on. I did it once, but I'm just leaving the battle damage piece on his shoulder for good now because I don't want to risk breaking it. Next up, we get the suitcase that the suit is actually held in the movie. So this version doesn't open up or do any other fancy tricks. It's nice that they included it, and we will see a more elaborate version released when the suit up version of this figure drops later this year. I'm still considering whether or not I'm going to get that version because this suit has a lot of features in it, which I'll show in a little bit, that can help kind of simulate that suit up look. The display stand has a racetrack overlay which mimics the fight scene where Whiplash first attacked Tony. It includes a crotch grabber instead of a dynamic flight pole, but that's fine since we never actually saw this armor take flight in the movie. I'm not sure if it actually is capable of flight, but it does have some panels on the back, which I'll show later, which makes me think that this suit can possibly fly. The head sculpt looks really good. You can definitely tell this is Robert Downey Jr. as Tony Stark. He has a cut on his face with blood from the fight with Whiplash, and it's very well detailed. I have no complaints. This is one of the better Tony Stark heads in my opinion. Looks really good. For light up features, both of his arms contain compartments for batteries so that you can simulate the repulsor blasts. We also get a light up arc reactor in the chest and light up eyes in the helmet. All of these together really help bring this figure to life. Moving on to articulation, this is where this figure really shines. Starting from the top, the neck and head are both on ball joints so you get maximum range of motion. You can get him looking far up for flight poses, although there will be a gap from certain angles. The shoulders are on hinges which swing out of the way when you move his arms, or you can manually move them. There's also butterfly joints and swivel at the torso. As with other Iron Man figures, if you pull up on the torso, it extends, allowing for more range of motion. The arms rotate 360 degrees, and he has double jointed legs and arms. The arms also have a slide up feature on the bicep which hides some of the joint while also getting out of the way when you bend it at the elbow. This is really well implemented, and if it's not something that you're looking for, you may not even notice it. You do have to slide it back down into place when you straighten out the arm, but hey, it's worth it. The legs spread a decent amount, which is helped out by ankle pivot. There's also pivot at the toe, which gives you a little bit of range. The upper chest armor collapses in to help out that butterfly joint. There are flaps at the waist which pivot to allow for the legs to be moved outwards. The lower clean chest armor is hinged and it swings out. And there are control surfaces that I mentioned previously on the back that you can pull out and angle as those two are on hinges. You'll see that underneath those panels there's also a lot of detail there as well. The lower legs have panels that swing out on both sides. These two are hinged and allow you to have the pieces facing backwards or forward. I'm probably missing some articulation points on this figure because it's just so loaded. It's really, truly an engineering masterpiece in my opinion, so kudos to the design team. So if this figure wasn't on your radar, you may want to have a look. If nothing else, this piece really demonstrates what Hot Toys are all about. The mix of die cast and plastic is done seamlessly. The number of articulated parts is pretty mind-blowing, and the fact that they are relatively sturdy and durable means that you won't snap the pieces off and break it unless you're just not being careful. I definitely recommend reading the user manual on this one so you understand all of the limits of the joints and you don't miss out on any of the features, which can easily be overlooked just because of how well they're hidden. So guys, if you like this video, please give the video a thumbs up, subscribe for more content, and hit the notification bell if you want to see more. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.